Hey there, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ask the Beauty Advisor. This is your host, Deanna. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about sleep. Are you able to fall asleep? Do you stay asleep? Are you getting a good night's rest? Well, that's our topic for today. I'm going to be sharing some helpful tips to help you fall asleep and get a good night's rest. Because you really do need your beauty sleep. So tell me, how are you? Do you feel good today? Did you get enough sleep? I feel fabulous. I slept like a baby last night. Today's episode is about sleep, and it was inspired by Renee, who sent me an email this week asking me some questions about sleep. She's having trouble sleeping. Well, I'm going to read her email to you in just a minute, but before I do that, before we get into our topic, I want to remind you that the monthly newsletter went out today, so don't forget to check your email. And if you haven't signed up for the monthly newsletter yet, well, why haven't you? What's holding you back? I always include the most interesting and fun health and beauty articles in the monthly newsletter. I feature a delicious and healthy recipe every month and a do-it-yourself beauty treatment. This month, I've included a brilliant champagne facial, guaranteed to give you a glow. So go ahead, be brave, take a risk. I guarantee you're going to love the monthly newsletter. And if you don't, you can always unsubscribe. You can join right from the link right there in the show notes, or you can join from my Facebook page, Ask the Beauty Advisor on Facebook, or you can go to the blog, www.askthebeautyadvisor.com. All right, with that being said, let's get today's show rolling. Rolling. Oh my God, I'm just feeling too fabulous today. And if you're old enough to remember that, well, God bless you.
You've got mail, Miss Lynn.
Okay, so let me pull up Renee's email here because I want to read her email to you so that you can fully understand exactly what's troubling Renee. Hello, my name is Renee, and I have a problem. Well, I think it's a problem anyway. I'm not able to sleep. For the last 2, maybe 3 months, I can't sleep. I toss and turn all night. I really am not worried about anything. Right now, my life is really good. I have a good job, I have a loving boyfriend, and we are engaged to get married next year. So, you see, everything in my life is really okay. Although, of course, I am worrying about not getting enough sleep. I'm afraid it's going to start affecting my health. And if I'm not imagining this, I think it's starting to affect my skin. My granny once told me, as you get older, you really don't need as much sleep. I'm 25 years old. I really am starting to feel pretty desperate. I'm afraid I'm going to have to end up on some type of medication. Have you ever had, or do you know others that have had a problem like this? I'm really open to any suggestions anyone may have. Regards, Renee. All right, well, I did contact Renee. I felt really bad for Renee because I know all of us has probably had sleepless nights where we're just laying there. We can't shut off our minds. We're tossing and turning. It's pretty frustrating and miserable. And for me, the more I think that I can't sleep, the more I can't sleep. So I contacted Renee. I was very curious about her lifestyle, and I asked her what an average day looked like for her. She told me that she got up in the morning, she went to the gym, and then she worked all day on a computer. After work, she would either meet her boyfriend or friends for dinner, or her and her boyfriend would come to her home and they would watch television or play video games. Renee told me that she usually was in bed by 11. She would get up around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. And on the weekends, her and her boyfriend would spend the night together. And during the day, they would probably do an activity. They liked to hike, bike ride. They played tennis together. So it looked to me like Renee did have a fairly active life. But there was one thing that caught my attention. Renee did say that she worked on a computer all day. Well, today, a primary cause for a sleep-deprived lifestyle is usually blamed to the exposure of the blue light from the screens from our electronic devices. This artificial light can prevent the pineal gland from producing melatonin. Melatonin is the natural brain chemical that invites sleepiness as night falls. This is the circadian rhythm which has shaped the human metabolism for millions of years until now. All of us, one time or another, have suffered from an occasional sleepless night. The cause can differ from temporary sleep deprivation from a new baby or a great party, or while you're traveling, or even a stressful job. But long-term sleep deprivation, chronic sleep loss, or insomnia, regardless of the cause, sleep deprivation can make simple decision-making more difficult, erode the short-term memory, decrease physical coordination, compromise the immune system, make an individual feel more emotionally fragile and volatile, and even swell the waistline. When it comes to your skin, the human skin is the first line of defense between the internal tissues and organs, and a big hostile world that is chocked full of pathogenics and other dangers. Your skin earnestly fights back all day and all week against free radicals generated by UV rays, stress, processed food, cigarette smoke, and other environmental toxins. And there you go. Just another reason why sunscreens and antioxidants are so essential to the skin. I would compare it to as essential as that first cup of coffee that may be needed to get the morning started. At bedtime, when your head hits that pillow, ideally your blood pressure gently lowers, allowing you to drift into a pleasant sleepiness, deep rest, and finally the rapid eye movement, which we call the REM cycle. Breathing slows and deepens. While humans are not literally immobile during sleep, the muscles, joints, tendons, and ligaments do relax. All of these changes allow the body, including the skin, to repair and replenish after the stresses of the day. In fact, cell regeneration increases by double at night, and production of collagen also escalates. This is why even if you don't have a sleep issue, that you need to remember to thoroughly cleanse your skin before bed. This routine really should include a pre-cleanse step to dissolve skin-adhering sunscreens and sweat-proof cosmetics. As a skincare professional, I recommend that you use a specialized night cream with specialized ingredients such as retinols, peptides, or vitamin C, because resting skin is more readily available to absorb these helpful ingredients. If you are having trouble sleeping at night, think about any possible stimulants that you may be ingesting before bed. Sometimes people forget that herbal teas like silver needle white tea can have a considerable high levels of caffeine. Sleeping more than 9 hours or laying in bed when you can't sleep may cause you to feel lethargic. And then what about your mattress? How old is your mattress? Mattress companies will tell you that your mattress matters, and it should be replaced at least every 10 years. An hour before you go to sleep, take time to decompress from work or other stress triggers. Taking a soak in a warm bath or shower can relieve stress and wash away the pollutions of the day. Bathing before you go to bed is also good for those suffering from allergies. Remember, your bed is for sleeping. So turn off the television. Forget about computer time, work emails, and tense conversations. It's confusing for your body and mind to relax in an environment where there's stressfulness. Your brain needs sleep to recharge and to be able to make proper decisions. Your emotional state will be so much more stable when you are well rested. Chamomile tea with a spoonful of honey can help calm the body for sleep. You could also try melatonin. It can be taken and you don't have to worry about it becoming habit forming. But do always caution your doctor before starting a new herbal remedy. Some of the telltale signs that you're not getting enough rest will show up on your skin. That can include dry areas or dry patches, congestion, and sometimes flakiness between the eyebrows. Other signs include dark circles, shadows, and puffiness under the eyes. These are signs of poor circulation and a sluggish elimination. Skin that lacks luster or dehydrated skin. This is a sign of poor circulation, which means less nutrients are getting to the cells. The barrier function is also compromised in poor sleepers. Not getting enough sleep impairs the immune system, meaning less cytokines to combat bacteria and viruses. Pimples and cuts will also be slower to heal. So you can see how important it is to have a good night's sleep, especially if you want a healthy, glowing skin. Here are some quick tips that can help you get a better night's sleep. 1. Develop a routine and go to bed at the same time every night. Our bodies love repetition. Work out early or in the middle of the day. A big cardio workout after dark revs up the metabolism and makes sleep elusive. Also, stop caffeine midday and no sugary treats after 7 p.m. Eat dinner early. A light dinner also requires less digestion, thus making sleep easier. Going to bed after a large meal is hard on the digestive system and will result in a sleepless night. But on the flip side, eating foods high in tryptophan, almonds, walnuts, and dairy before bed can help the body produce melatonin. Try drinking a glass of cherry juice. It's been found to be a sleep aid. Take aromatherapy-infused bath, then go to bed. Also try turning the lights out progressively throughout the evening. This may help to invite a deep, peaceful sleep. Some people have told me that they rub lavender on the bottom of their feet or mix a diffuser with lavender and chamomile, clary sage, sandalwood, sweet marjoram, and ylang-ylang. This creates a blend for relaxation and sleep. One thing that I might suggest for you, Renee, it really seems to work for me, is I found this podcast. It's called Sleep With Me. And the gentleman who produces the podcast rambles on and on about really nothing. But it kind of takes your mind off of your own thoughts. And for me, it's really helped induce me into sleeping. And you can find Sleep With Me on any of your podcast apps, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, anything like that. Healthy adults do need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And you'll know your number when you can wake up feeling refreshed without caffeine or any stimulants. This really does seem to be a problem for us today. Thousands of people are Googling the term how to fall asleep, and thousands of people are on prescription sleep aids. People are desperately trying to get their beauty sleep. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for Renee, please email me, Deanna, at beautyradionetwork.com. I would be happy to hear from you and would look forward to any suggestions you may have. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and close out the show. I hope you have a pleasant and restful week. Get some beauty sleep. Wishing you pleasant dreams. Good night. Nighty-night.
Ask the Beauty Advisor is a part of the Beauty Radio Network. If you have a podcast or need help in starting a podcast and would like to be a part of a free, supportive network, then learn more by contacting Deanna at beautyradionetwork.com.